you stop and look in the mirror and realize that the person that's hurting you the most is the one that's looking back at you in the mirror. That right there is a hard pill to swallow. And that's what I want you to understand, is that I had become that guy who couldn't be alone. I was terrified of the silence. I had this mind that I call it unquiet mind. There was never any silence. But see, the silence is where the truth lives. The truth was simple. I didn't know who I was without my high school sweetheart. That chapter of my life taught me something that I wish I could tattoo on every heart of a newly divorced dad out there. You cannot outsource your healing. You're not going to find your healing on the outside. You can't rent the love you're looking for to fill your heart. You're not going to be able to drive into the next relationship leaking blood from the last one. Once the divorce papers were signed, I thought I would be able to just drop the weight, but I couldn't. I still had that trailer full of guilt, resentment, loneliness, and pride everywhere I went. I had unhooked from the marriage, signed the papers, but I hadn't been able to unhook my heart and all the pain. Every time I tried to connect with someone new, that pain stayed with me. It rode shotgun. The truth is, rebound relationships, they don't end well. They start out like medicine, right? And they end up a mess. You got two wounded people coming together, trying to heal each other, but they end up both bleeding out. And if you've got kids in the mix, it even gets tougher and worse, because now you've got kids watching. They may not see who you're dating, but they know something's going on, and they can feel whether or not you're grounded or still spinning. Please, before you introduce anyone new to your kids, make sure the man that your kids see is already steady behind the wheel. Look, listen close. If you date too soon, like I did, you risk turning into a pain reliever. If you're just measuring your worth by who texts back or who sleeps with you, that's not love. That's avoidance, dressed up like excitement and adventure. Here's the truth. Real healing, it's not sexy. It's not noisy. It's quiet. It's lonely. It's doing the hard work of rebuilding that confidence, rebuilding and having peace and finding out who you truly are. Learning to be able to be in your own cab without anyone riding shotgun, and learn to be the man in the driver's seat again. Healing takes time. It depends on how long you've been single, but it can take a lot of time. And it's going to depend upon how honest you can be with yourself. You're ready to date again when you're not desperate to find someone. When you're clear on your own boundaries. And then with purpose, you start to look for someone. That's when love stops being a detour and starts being a destination. It's a destination worth driving to. So I'm going to ask you something straight up, brother. Are you looking for love, or are you trying to escape the loneliness like what I did? Because one builds you up. The other breaks you down again and again. Now, before you take that next on-ramp into dating, take a minute, pull over, pop the hood, check your gauges, and ask yourself, am I at peace being by myself, alone, in silence? Have I forgiven myself? Maybe you need to forgive her. What do I actually want? And what do I not want? Now, if these answers are like clear as mud, you're going to want to wait a little bit before you get going. Healing is not about forgetting. It's about being able to release her with love, release some things inside of you with love. It's not just her, it's the stuff inside of us. Pull on over, brothers, a quick pick stop, a chance to check your gauges before you merge back onto the highway, the divorce dad highway. These next steps are going to help you stay on course and avoid another breakdown. If you are parked at this exit, dating, time to date, there's 7 things that you should be checking off or checking for. First of all, don't confuse your freedom with your readiness to date. Just because you can date does not mean you're ready. Healing, there's no shortcut. Number 2, recognize that the rebound trap. If you're chasing validation and comfort, you're not ready for connection. Number 3, check your legal blind spots. If your divorce is not finalized, dating too soon can come back to bite you in the ass. In court, for custody, your kids, all of it. Number 4, protect your kids. They're watching. Be the example of patience, strength, emotional control.